You mentioned tap into that passion that may have been muted even by your early environment, your childhood, people around you, the naysayers. I've talked with a lot of people, and that word purpose it's a very big word, right? And when you break it down into those things that you said, reignite that passion. What if someone looked at you, Simon, and said, well, I'm not even really sure what I'm passionate about. I'm not really even sure what this difference in me, this greatness can be. Is there like a process that you guide people through to self-discover that and bring them out? And if so, what does that look like?
Yeah. I mean, one way to think about this is the Olympics are happening in and around now. And what we're seeing is the world's best athletes in every field, in every sport. And the world puts them in accolades when they get that gold and they stand on the podium. And the difference between someone on the podium and someone who came in 10th is milliseconds sometimes. But let's be honest, the world congratulates and celebrates the person who got gold. The person who got 10th is known by their mum. They both worked as hard. I mean, Muhammad Ali said that I didn't become a champion because I was a great boxer. I came a champion because I did miserable, rainy workouts at 5 o'clock in the morning. And so I think it is understanding the building blocks of your purpose. The reality is it's a rocky road. Building your purpose is a rocky road. Sometimes an abject failure changes the world. If you want to see an example of an abject failure, Vincent van Gogh, the great painter, never sold a painting in his life. I think he might have sold one. But in 5 years, he changed Western art and changed the way we see color.
Wow.
But this was what drove him, was a ferocious need to express his purpose in color and paint. And he changed our world as a result.
Yeah, and I think if I'm correct, he really didn't even make it there until after he wasn't even here anymore. He became giant after he left this earth.
Yeah. And I think he died, and that's when he became famous. But a key here is you build a wall by small bricks. And what I mean by that is, and this is a great idea, I'm going to talk this from Edison. And Edison, as we all know, was a great inventor. By the way, an incredible entrepreneur. I think he had 5,000 patents under his name. But what people don't know is when he died, is that he had 30,000 notebooks of ideas.
Wow.
30,000 notebooks of ideas. Literally every idea this incredible man had, he wrote down. And so what he would do every day is he would wake up, or throughout the day, every idea he had, he would write down in one of these ideas notebooks. And at the end of every month, he would say, which of these ideas is worth it to carry forward to the next month? Which one has legs? Because we have hundreds of ideas, and some of them are useless, some are great, and some are just plain average. But I ask your listeners and your audience, how many ideas did you have already today? Probably half a dozen, maybe a dozen. But the problem is they floated away like butterflies. You didn't capture them. So I would suggest to your audience is this: commit to an ideas journal. And if you really want to supersize this, commit to an ideas quota, 5 a day.
Wow.
And you could do that with your team. With your team, by the way, commit to a quota. Everybody comes up with 5 ideas. I mean, some will be good, some will be bad. Some need to grow into other things. But if you commit to that over a month, 2 months, whatever, you will have books of ideas that you can harvest for your purpose, harvest for your products, harvest for experiences, but also through that process, a creativity explosion, just like Vincent van Gogh, who would paint a masterpiece every day, many days. You sharpen your pencil around purpose, what you're motivated by, but also most importantly, that sense of what makes you special and unique.